Today's word is towel. So we're building a towel-themed room. You know, I'm really not sure if I should build this, for I have built this before in this one right here. Well, it's not a towel. This is obviously a washcloth. Isn't that like the same thing? I don't know. Why is there a different word then? Oh my goodness, I just looked at the washcloth video and that was like 80 days ago. My goodness, has this build changed in the last 80 days? Anyway, yeah, we're building a towel. I'm so singy today. Oh my god. Okay, well let's just start it. Shall we? Let's just start it. Do I want it to be a unique shape? I can't really be bothered to build a unique shape, but I will maybe hopefully make it a little bit of a unique shape because that sounds a little bit cool. Like it could be on the very tippity top of this radio. Yes. No. And have it like curve and stuff like towels do. Oh yeah, and also I looked up the difference between a washcloth and a towel, and apparently the difference is that a washcloth is basically just a smaller thing. A bath towel or something is just big, you know, which you know, that makes sense. But there's a big amount of names for it. I guess it's just easier for like advertising and stuff. So, you know, it makes sense, realistically. Man, this looks real flat. This needs to be like less flat. I'd say, well, this part is easy. It's just flat because, well, you know, it's not gonna bend in midair now, is it? No, of course not. That would be rather silly. Well, unless it was in motion, which then it would be far less silly. Right, and we'll just have another beautiful big layer like this. The only thing I'm very concerned about when I'm doing this is that, how am I going to put a room in here? You know what I mean? Like what is this room? What am I looking at here? Exactly. I suppose you'll just have to wait and see. I like sort of got hiccups, but like not really. You know, I'm pretty sure I've always struggled with these types of builds. These, I guess cloth builds? A build that is made out of a material that can bend and warp, such as paper. And this, and also they're usually thin. Yeah, with a full-on bath towel though, you can have them rather thick. You know, that is a thing. They are supposed to hold water after all, so having them be thick, you know, just gives them more surface area for the holding of the water. You know, it's quite interesting how humans and, well, I'm sure plenty of other animals, honestly, they have like a pre-built understanding of the world based off of what they've seen in their lives. And, you know, some animals can use this, you know, model of a world to make predictions of what's going to happen. This is such like a random philosophy. I mean, this kind of just comes from the thought of like how are crows so smart? Because crows can do a lot of like crazy stuff that a lot of other animals just don't seem like they have the capability of doing. I gave this some amount of thought at some point. Wouldn't that mean that crows can just predict what's going to happen? Is that all that makes a crow smart? But like, you know, that's obviously not all that makes a crow smart. But whatever the ability to predict stuff needs, maybe a crow just has all of that. To predict stuff, you need to have a proper memory of how you've perceived the world to work. And you need to be able to somewhat accurately, you know, predict what's going to happen, or at least have an idea in your brain. That also leads to curiosity, right? Because yeah, like the way things work in your brain are the way things work in there. They don't necessarily work like that in the real world. And so therefore that can lead to curiosity, because you think something works one way. Well, you can try it out and see if it does, and if your predictions are correct. So I wonder if crows kind of do that. I wonder if they are curious because they can understand the world in a way and like predict future things to see if they were right or wrong, and then update their model if they are wrong. I don't know. This is such a weird topic. I don't think, like most other topics that I talk about on this channel, I usually have seen like a video of somebody else talking about it. I don't know how true that is actually now that I think about it, but like whatever. But like this, I have not heard anybody mention anything like this. Man, this is also a weird towel. I've kind of like not been paying attention. Yeah, like I mean, I think we're kind of done here. I think we're done with the thought as well, which is cool. If there's something you want to think about it, you go ahead and do it. I've done my job. That's all the thinking. That's enough thinking for one day, man. Like, we can make it a bit fuzzy with like glass panes. That's, you know, just add a little bit more. Nothing too much. Just a little bit. Well, I suppose that will be all for the outside. Now it's time for the inside. My goodness, there is not gonna be any space in here. Oh my lord. Man, what do I do in here? I can fill it with random stuff, I guess. It is weird. Lately, I have been thinking of putting creatures in areas. I just like, I don't know why I say no to all of them. Like, yeah, what would we put in here? What do you do with a towel that a creature could live in it? Like, a creature that sucks up wetness better? Like, I mean, we could have comically long shelves. The only thing is, like, at this point, that doesn't look like a shelf, you know what I mean? If we're having a big shelf like this, I think it would be better to just 3D-ify it fully. Go with moss cobblestone. We've never built anything out of moss cobblestone before. This is gonna be just a weird shelf. Weird experimental shelf. That's all I can say. We can have shelving like these, and we can have another floor of this, I guess, in a way like that. The weirdest shelf in the world. You're looking at it. Yeah, sure, that's fine. We'll have a little bit of a thing like this again. Same thing. Yeah, it's fun messing around with these types of shelves. I like it. Just put on random shapes and hope for the best. And it's like, that's kind of cool. I mean, we could just like top it off like this, which actually gives a little bit of space up here. Yeah, I don't like this room. Nah, this isn't it, guys. This isn't it. There's one damn rooms that are bad. There's the bad room. And that reminds me of the TV show The Bad Place. Or is it just Bad Place? No, it has to be The Bad Place, right? Surely. We'll just put random like little knickknacks everywhere. Oh, all of it is slapped up on the wrong layer. Nice. I like that. Man, it's so weird to like think about shows and stuff that I haven't watched in a while. I do remember that I've watched The Bad Place. And I mean, I remember enjoying it. I don't remember anything of it though. Not one thing. I might as well not have even ever watched it at that point, right? Like, I don't remember it. Whoa, big skeleton, so cool. Do my eyes deceive me? Or does the nose of the skeleton look like an Among Us? Alright, what kind of quirky things could we get up to in this upper floor? This upper echelon of this room. Anvils. Hear me out? Dropper. Hear me out? More droppers. And then a oak block. We're gonna have a bit of a trapdoor here. Then we're gonna have a bit of a bunch of candles. Oh, that's not it. 2 bells. Wait just a gosh darn diddly tootin' minute. That's just a full-on face right there. That's crazy. I can't believe that. That's the eyes, that's the eyebrow, and that's the mouth. Nose. Who even needs one? You know, that actually reminds me. It is really funny to me that anime has pretty much just deleted noses. They've done a lot of other weird stuff with anatomy, sure, but like noses, you can just delete a nose off of a human. It'll still be fine as long as the eyes are big enough, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like, the takeaway is that humans don't need visible noses, and they will still look just as good. It's funny that I'm like just building like random blocks here. There's no thought to this. It's just one of those rooms. And you know, that's fine, I feel like sometimes. If I can, you know, just yap on about random nonsense while like I'm just autopiloting placing, that's fun. I do like to create a lot of stuff like that, to be fair. Like if I'm drawing something, I do love to just space out. That is much more fun for me in a lot of cases than like very meticulously looking at every little detail of the drawing. And then, I mean, potentially there could be some amount of innovation from this. I don't know. Eventually, I would discover weird combinations of blocks here that I would have never thought about before. Like, I don't know what this is. Like, I mean, sure, it looks kind of cool. It's not really anything though. You know what I mean? This isn't really anything. It's just like a weird machine. I mean, cool, I guess. Could be like a lathe, sort of. In all honesty, I don't think I really want to do much up on top of here. I could do like a nice little glass fog effect. I'm going to just block this off, turn it like this. Here we can have a cartography table and a loom. This is a really weird room. I do like weird rooms though. I always say this. I feel like I always say that I love making weird like liminal rooms that just don't really make sense. This is sort of one of them. It's just so like all over the place, you know? No real theme connecting any of it. Okay, to get into the town room, you go here through the SpongeBob room, the spatula room. Yes, you climb up this ladder and bada bing bada bam. That's the towel room from the outside. And on the inside, it's a lovely, weird, maybe not very lovely, very not cozy, weird room filled with shelves and painting and stuff. Yes. I hope you enjoyed today's goofy, philosophical little episode. Subscribe if you did, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.